there's going to be one day where I'm at my clinic, and then over there doing the intake, and then I go to the next day I go to my clinic, and then I go over there and do the blood work, and then the next day I go to my clinic and go over there and have my like initial meeting, and then the next day I just go there, period. And I say, what the fuck? Oh my god, something just hit the windshield mad fucking hard. Holy shit. Like, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about a couple other things too, but I don't really want to get into too much detail about it. But you know, I want to talk more about mental health with you guys and about some things that have been going on in our little community that we have. And what?
It's broken.
It broke? Where? Right there?
Another one.
Oh, that one? Oh wow, it broke the glass. Was it a rock? But I wanted to talk to you guys about it, but it's kind of like a touchy subject. But I feel personally that it's something, and like I was just talking to one of my good friends about it, that like the talk of mental health and like how people deal with it kind of falls flat. And maybe I think there's going to be a video coming out next week talking about that. I have a couple things planned, like really planned. One thing for next week with mental health that I'm hoping to do with somebody, as long as the other party is still willing to do it. Kind of like a collab from afar. And yeah, just so that we can talk about, you know, it's just a weird thing to like just, I don't know how to explain it, like, you know. And it's like everybody has, when somebody goes through something, like for example, like when I lost my brother, I didn't cry at all, period. And I was young enough where I should have cried, and he was like my best friend. Like if you would have asked, or anyone would have said, like out of all the siblings which two were the closest, it would be me and him. And so I mean, we all like grieve and handle things very differently in life, and like that's kind of one of the things I wanted to talk about. And like, you know, as long as you're safe, like there really is no right or wrong way to grieve, as long as you're being safe and you're being safe to the people around you, like, you know. But I wanted to talk to you guys about an incident that happened with me that I have never talked about except for to this person. Never talked about it before, and it was a big deal at the time. It was a very big deal, and it's gonna sound familiar to a lot of stories that go around, and it's something that was hard for me to cope with, and that's why I want to talk about it. Hopefully I'm gonna like actually set my camera up and talk about it, not just on a live stream, because like there's a lot of people here on YouTube who are going through a situation where they're being targeted for something, a decision that somebody else made. And I had something very similar, but kind of a lot worse, happen a long time ago, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it, and I've never talked about it before. And just to show like another aspect of the story. But anyways, yeah, that's all. I just wanted to give some updates and kind of briefly talk about that for a second, because I do want to explain one thing. You know, those of us that are friends, like, you know who I'm talking about, like those of us who are like, we're not like big YouTubers, we're small YouTubers, but we're nice YouTubers, but we're kind of in the mental health place, but we're kind of like in the addicts, non-addicts, like, that's, you know what I mean, like the small community of us. So I think we need to be careful and about how we choose our words and things like that, because like if you find that you think that somebody has done something wrong or has done something like horrible, whatever, it's so hard to like talk about it without talking about it. But I just wish that people would choose their words more carefully, you know, because you know, all I can basically say is this. If we, on here, on YouTube, we have to remember that all of us come from all across the world. Very not likely that of us are in the same county, same, you know, same state, whatever. So like what I'm going through in my life, none of you guys really know what it's actually like because no one's here. And what's going on in your life, I'll never know because I'm not there. So I just want to like kind of clarify that we should be a little more understanding of each other and try and be a little bit nicer to each other, because we don't really know what somebody else is going through, because we are not there to watch. We're not a fly on the wall. We don't, you know what I mean? It's just I kind of want to see like a change. Like I wish that people would be nicer to each other, because the last thing that we need is any more loss, any more sadness, any more arguments or anything like that. But it doesn't, either way, I will talk to you guys more about this on probably next week, or at the end of this week maybe. And I just wanted to put out there again, you know, really I think that, and myself included, I think that we all should try and think before we just say things. And you know, there's like trolling on the internet, but then there's like trolling that goes too far. You know what I mean? Like telling people to go kill themselves or things like that. Like that's like taking it too far. You know, like we should, no matter what anybody has done, whatever, we have to remember we are not the fly on the wall. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that and get more into it at the end of this week and a little bit next week, so that you guys can have more insight into my personal life and why I behave the way that I do and I act the way that I do. Just like a couple more things. I don't know. Maybe it'll make more sense and video with this other person so they can share their similar story, because we both have a very similar story and we both got a lot of backlash from it. And I wanted to kind of open up that door a little bit so that people could see that there's more, you know, that there's more than what you hear, and that, you know, everybody, it's not, there's, you know, like when these type of situations, I'm not gonna get into it yet, happen, it's like it's not something, unless you're like involved directly, you can't be like dickish, I guess, to say. I don't know how to explain it. It's really hard right now, so I'm just trying not to get into it too much. But what I do have to say is just like, unless you know something for a fact, unless you know something and someone like committed a serious crime or whatever like that, or like, I don't know, then try to be nicer to one another, because your words hurt, and a lot of us on here are fragile, myself very much, so you never know. Like, you know, they say sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's not true at all. Words do hurt, and you never know. Like, I would hate to be that person who said something negative to somebody and they did something to them, or something happened. I don't know. I'd hate to be that person. That's where we're going. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.